involved in that. Got a lot of guys to be excited about. I think the first one is our running back, Caden McCrory. He is a transfer from Summertown High School. Be a junior. He's a big, strong back. I'm excited about him because we haven't really had big bruising downhill runners since I've been at Mount Pleasant. We usually had some quick guys, but excited to kind of see what a big guy like him can do. A great kid, a great character, great academically. Just a great addition, to our building and team culture more than anything, even beyond just being a good athlete. Defensively, I'm excited about a guy who probably you'll never read about in the paper. He just does all the dirty work. A.J. Sieber, he's number 47. He's a linebacker and fullback. He's just from a different time. He's a 90s, type linebacker, old school. No armbands, no visor, nothing fancy about him. Whatever you hand him is what he'll wear to the game, and he's going to try to run his face through you as many times as he can. So really excited about him. He's one I'd like to brag on because you'll probably never hear his name again.
There you go. Thank you, Coach. We appreciate you. All right, last in line for the first question is the Zion Academy head coach, Harry Simler. Harry, welcome to the media day. And this first year now, tell us about the Zion program. It's getting back to 11.
Yes, getting back to 11-man football. First year as head coach, but my fourth year at Zion altogether. So middle school was 11-man football. High school had been stuck in 8-man football. So new AD, he has a vision for Zion right now. Really, really good place that we're in right now. And I can see where he wants to take this program to. But, yeah, we're going back. We'll have a full schedule conference in TSSAA in 2027. But we do have got a tough schedule coming up this year. So, like I said, we're starting off with Lewis County tomorrow night. We got these guys the week after. Then we're going to play more,
You're jumping right in the fire.
We jump right in the fire starting off, yeah. So we'll be able to really tell where we are as the program starting out. So the kids will be able to gauge how much more work they need to put in these first 2 weeks.
Okay. The TSSAA has been really busy this summer, reclassifying, realigning regions. If your program's been reclassified or realigned, would you raise your hand? Okay, so we got 4 out of the 6 that has either been moving up or down in classification or being realigned into a different region, or a region's been added. If you could, Harry, pass the mic down to Coach Hartsfield. How is that realignment? Has it been happening a lot more recently over the years? Explain to folks exactly why it happens, and how it affects your program.
Yeah, I think it's been, a lot of movement, with regions across the board, based on population, and enrollment numbers. But, since COVID, that really changed things, and a lot of people homeschool and things like that. And, it kind of started in West Tennessee and pushes its way east. So I don't think the dust has settled, on all that stuff since COVID started.
So it's a constantly moving type thing?
So about every 2 years, I think the regions change. I know mine's gotten harder every 2 years because we added Decatur, Riverside, and Adamsville now to the district. So, I think Coach Trey D, that's Coach Trey D to me. Their regions change. They're down to 6 teams.
And how does that come playoff time? Is it a big? It's going to be a totally different type of region, or how does that?
Yeah.
Mount Pleasant is 2A in football, but they're single A in basketball, baseball.
Correct.
Just about every other sport, except for football. And why is that?
Yeah, it's just the amount of classifications. There's 6 classes in football, so where they draw the line on the numbers, we're one of the smallest 2A schools. But, there's 4 classes in basketball, baseball, and whatever else. There's 4 classes, so they were 1A based on where they drew the line, even though it's the same enrollment numbers. So it's a lot. Playoffs has changed again as well, so I don't even know who we would possibly play. I look at the bracket and I don't understand it at all, so I'll just wait and see what happens if we get there.
Okay. Coach Taylor, now you all are dropping from Spring Hill's going from 5A to 4A. And normally if you dropping down, and I'm sure Coach Hartsfield probably wouldn't mind going down to single A at some point, you know what I mean? So this is your first year at Spring Hill. Is that going to negatively affect or positively affect your program, or neither way, or just a neutral?
I think it remains to be seen, honestly.
Okay.
You know, it's an unknown. So we're going down to 5A to 4A. So, you know, a lot of people would assume, okay, so the competition may be a little bit easier, and that may be true.
Of course, that depends on who you play.
Right. And so each week is different. Each team is different. I would say that the amount of teams we had to play in our region last year makes it more difficult versus now we're in a 5-team region. And so it makes scheduling the non-region games a little bit easier. And more flexibility to schedule non-region games, but you got to find all those too, so it's a little bit more difficult in that standpoint. But the teams we play, so Battle Creek's brand new, so I look forward to seeing them. Coach Brown does a great job, so I know they'll be tough. Marshall County's in our region, and they're usually really good,
Yeah.
so you expect that. And we have Montgomery, Central, and Creekwood, and they always play hard. They're kids. The culture there, hard-nosed football, so you're going to be in sort of a dogfight every time you play them. So I don't think that means the schedule, the region is necessarily easier because you drop classifications. And so with all those teams, we haven't, Spring Hill used to play Marshall County. It's been a while. It's been 4 years since they were in the same region. So all new, all the kids are different. And then Montgomery, Central Creekwood is different. And obviously Battle Creek being a varsity school for this first school year. So all of that is brand new. So it's kind of an unknown, but we welcome it for sure. But we'll see how it goes as far as better or worse. I want to focus on Spring Hill, be a good football team, and then hopefully that's enough. Not really concern ourselves with who we're playing so much, and just make sure we're prepared.
Got you. Coach Anderson, now you're Division II private school, AA.
Yes, sir.
So is that the big classification? Is that the larger classification of private or the smaller?
So D2 is broken up into 3 classifications, 1A, 2A, and 3A.
Okay.
And with us being 2A, we're right in the middle. And the cutoff for 1A and 2A is right around 265, right in there. And then the separation from 2A to 3A is right around 500.
Okay.
So that's kind of the breakdown of the Division II, which is all private schools in the state of Tennessee.
Talk about anybody on your schedule, any games you have circled this year on your schedule?
Yeah, all of them.
I know all coaches, coaches circle every one, but fans, and we'll circle. I mean, you had Nashville Christian Academy when Jared Curtis came to town, right? I mean, that was kind of a big deal, right? I mean,
yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Jared Curtis is a quarterback that's #1 quarterback in the country.
Yes, sir.
That signed with Georgia.
He's committed to Georgia.
Plays for Nashville Christian Academy.
Yes,
and
sir.
Do you all play them again this year?
Yeah, we're going to play him again in a non-region game.
Is he a senior this coming year?
Yes, sir. Oh. Yes, sir. So they're still in 1A. In our region, we have BGA, FRA, Pope John Paul, Good Pasture, Davidson Academy.
That's a tough region.
Absolutely. There are no off weeks for sure. And then we're going to play Nashville Christian in a non-region game. Coach Brothers at Nashville Christian does a great job. So excited to play him again. And but no, I mean looking at the level of football across the state, what I've noticed in the past 5-10 years is it's risen no matter what classification you're in, 1A all the way up to Division II, 3A. And sure, Coach Golf, who MVP both sides of the ball, but kids today are bigger, faster, stronger than what they were 15 years ago, and so it's just made football that much more exciting to watch and that much more difficult to coach against other teams.
Absolutely.
But looking forward to it.
Coach Burham.
Yes, sir.
Second year, Battle Creek. You've got juniors on your team now. You just had freshmen and sophomores your first year. So you're just by age, you're kind of moving up a class, just moving up to varsity, a full varsity schedule. Would you agree with that?
The classification, 4A, Region 5 4A, it's going to be a nice classification. It kind of allows us to get our feet wet. To be honest, we're probably thinking 2 years, we'll probably jump up to 5A, the way our numbers are going. If we can keep it in 4A, Lord bless us. I would love it. But the way things are trending in Maury County with the influx of kids and what have been a brand new penny up there, everybody wants to come. So if we can keep our numbers down and keep it in 4A, that'd be ideal. But realistically, we know we'll probably end up jumping to 5A. That's probably within the next 2 years. But our classification we have now, we're going to line up. We're going to play every Friday and let our chips fall where we may. This is our first year playing varsity. Our kids are hard-nosed kids. They know the outcome. I don't think nobody's ever had a winning record or a 500 record their first year in varsity. So our goal is to achieve something close to that. With our region, the way it's set up, it's a 5-team region. You got to win one to get in the playoffs. So we can end up 1-9 and still with a shot at the playoffs. And at the end of November, that record sets at 0-0, and from there we play. So our goal is to take it 1 week at a time, grow every week we play, and at the end of the day, give us a shot to play in November.
They set them up, you all knock them down, right? I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. I mean, that's one at a time.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
They
Okay,
say.
Coach Goff, Columbus Central High School. Have you been reclassified this year? What have they done? What has TLSAA done to, as far as your region or classification?
As far as our region, we're Region 4, 5A now. We lost Shelbyville and Spring Hill. Shelbyville went up 6A. Spring Hill went down to 4A. Outside of that, we still got the same core guys in our region, you know. And with that, it allowed us to. We lost some metro teams off our schedule as well, so it allowed us to go out and get 3 6A schools, a private school, and a 4A school that was in the quarterfinals last year. So with us doing that, I look at that as preparing us for the playoffs, giving us the opportunity to be battle tested during the season. And then the past 2 years, the first round of the playoffs, we ran against Page and Centennial and got knocked
Page
out.
is very, very tough.
Now they are, man. So that's why I wanted a tougher regular season schedule. So when we get to the playoffs, we're battle tested and we ready to go, man.
And coaches, with all this movement, how do you get a schedule set? I mean, isn't it tough? I mean, don't you have to kind of wait until you figure out where you are or whether you're going to be reclassified before you can?
Yeah,
you can start scheduling teams. It doesn't.
Yeah, for me, I had kind of tried to pre-schedule some games, but then when the TWSAA put out the region schedule,
you call them back up and say, I can't play you, and you have to reschedule. It
most
seems
definitely.
like
It's tough, man. Just finding a team that aligns with your schedule as far as open dates as well. It'll be a lot easier if we all could just play each other and find one game. After that, that would make it a lot easier on my life, you know.
Absolutely.
When it hit, it was like the Wild Wild West trying to find games, man. Because everybody, some people, you know, they know who they want to get on schedule, and other people's left to find what's left, you know. So
the scrap, so to speak, as far as who's going to play.
Yep.
All right, now Coach Burham, the second-year coach at Battle Creek, you did a little stint down there in Georgia, South Georgia, Valdosta, where they take the whole state of Georgia, and Tennessee takes it seriously too. But Georgia really takes it seriously. I was seeing on social media, Buford High School in Georgia just started playing in their new $65 million stadium and Jumbotron, field house. I mean, this thing looks, Georgia Tech would be lucky to play in such a facility. I don't know if you've seen pictures of this, but it's really something else. And so what I'm kind of getting to is now the Maury County Public School systems did not spend that much money on one campus. They borrowed $28 million and spread it out all over Maury County. Battle Creek Grizzlies, Battle Creek High School on that campus, those 3 schools right there. But Battle Creek is the newest jewel in the Maury County Public School system. Now, tell us about you coming to work there for the first time, getting those facilities put up, and how important those type of facilities are to you, your staff, your coaches, your players, faculty, student body.
Well, our facilities, I think, are second to none for where we're at. We got a brand new turf field. We have a 100-yard grass field. We even have a little 50-yard dog park we have beside our 100-yard grass field. Turf, softball, turf, baseball, a main floor, a 2-story main floor gym with the auxiliary gym beside it. So I think they set our facilities up for great success. Brand new weight room with turf, 10 racks. You know, you always want more. You're never afraid to ask. So we do certain things we want, but right now we make it work. The kids know that when you're in season, you get priority, certain things first. Our admin does a really good job making sure that if you're in season or you have a need that can be met, that they meet it for us. On Tuesdays, we kind of share the turf facility with the soccer because they play home games on Tuesday. So we kind of know we'll be down on the grass field, which is a good thing because everybody doesn't have turf, so you got to be able to play on both surfaces. Our kids love what we have. We take care of it. The only downside would be that we only have 68 lockers and right now have 78 kids. So we're about to look at the process of trying to get a field house and get some things rolling that we can accommodate all those kids. I don't think nobody imagined that the second year of a varsity program you would outfit your locker room. I just don't think nobody imagined that. I'm pretty sure they didn't imagine us having close to 800 kids in 3 classes and doubling from last year. So there's a lot that can be done, but we're very grateful for what we have, and we'll make it work. Some people have nothing. Some people have to go play in a dirt pile and practice in a dirt pile. We're fortunate enough to have a grass field and turf, and we do a great job making it work.
Okay, thank you, Coach. If you'll pass the mic down to Coach Hartsville, he'll coach. Mount Pleasant High School football field was the first out of the gate with the Maury County Public School System, the first Shaw Astro sports turf put on there. And we had the jamboree there. We kind of showcased it. And I don't know, was that is this the 3rd year that turf has been on, 3rd or 4th year?
Second.
Oh, okay, I was counting. Anyway, 2nd year. Tell us a little bit about when your field was redone, when the football facility was redone. Now the baseball field has been, I guess, and the softball field. Mm-hmm. Talk about Mount Pleasant as a whole and a community and how they kind of came together. Because I remember doing football games there over the past couple of years, and I mean, people flocking in that stadium, and they seem to be so proud of that facility.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, and I think that's another key point people don't understand is it is a community field. I mean, you know, sports are important, and it's you know, a lot of kids need athletics to kind of hold over their head to help motivate them academically so they can play ball, and you know that's what we do. But you know, just with the heat this week, you know, the youth league was having to practice, you know, in the dark, so they was able to, you know, use our field,
Sure.
you know, due to that. You know, and it
just
just
a
makes
sense
them feel a part of it. And it's Friday Night Lights. I mean, you know, they shut the town down, and it's just kind of rallied, you know, our community. And I know it's kind of bled over and did the same to all the other communities as well.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to shift gears here a little bit there, coaches, and I don't know the dynamics between you all's team. I don't know. There's been a new law passed in the Tennessee State Legislature, House Bill 25, sponsored by our local representative, Scott Sapicki. And basically, it has to do with the transfer rule. And it eliminates a year of sitting out of a sport if you transfer from school to school. So now, basically, students can transfer without any penalty of sitting out. And if you all could just positively, you think that's a good idea, the rule, the law is good for high school football or bad for high school football? Has it affected your team already? This is the first season that this law is going to go into effect. How has it affected your team, Coach Hartsville?
Yeah, this law is still tabled, you know, to be, you know, brought back up this year possibly. But the TWSA, what he's saying, has made a new rule that you could transfer one time for non-athletic purposes. So that'd be social,
without
emotional.
without sitting.
Right. Without sitting out if the move is for non-athletic purposes. So, it's affected my team just a little bit, more in a positive way. I think, it's pretty good for kids, because people don't know their situation. They don't know what they're going through. It's high school sports. You only get 4 years to play high school sports. Most people are not going to play in college or D1 or anything like that. So, I think it gives them a chance, one time to try to put themselves in maybe a better situation, whether they're, dealing with something with a coach or school building or whatever the situation may be, because it's just short-lived. Especially with football, you only get to play about 2 years of high school sports. So, they didn't open the floodgates transfer-wise. They can't play football for me and play basketball for Columbia. Things like that.
But there has been some movement. I mean, you as you coaches have seen, there already has been movement of players that are going to another local high school. And in the old days, as we all know, in order to stop that type of transferring, you weren't allowed to play that immediate next year. But now, the rule is you can play next year.
Yep.
If you find a reason, if you find one of these reasons to transfer. Coach Burham, Coach Anderson, do you all have any views on that?
I just echo what Coach said. So long as you transfer for non-athletic reasons, TSSAA will clear it. We all up here, we know, kids have been transferring for ever since I've been
It's been going on for a
sports.
while.
Yeah, and
but they've had to sit out. Let's just be honest. But before, they for the most part, unless you move or with a job or you move out of the region, right? I mean,
most of the time.
Okay.
Most of the time.
I got it.
No, I mean, and like Coach said, whatever's in the best interest for the kid. I think all of us up here have had kids transfer out and had kids transfer in, so it's a constant,
cycle, right?
Cycle, yeah. And if a kid can get a better opportunity at some other school or our school or wherever it is, then hey, more power to them, because at the end of the day, that's why we're up here, is to help these kids, get to what they want to, get to in life, and if they see an opportunity, then I support it.
There you go.
Me personally, I kind of the same, but on the flip side, if you take care of your program and you build your culture and you do what you're supposed to do, kids want to be a part of that. Kids may not want to be at another place, but they come in and they may find out that culture's not for them. They want to go somewhere else, and I get it. At the end of the day, it's about what makes that kid successful. So they do it in college. It's kind of everything trickles down from college down to us, even from the NIL the way it is now to kids transferring. If they transfer for non-athletic reasons, let them be. Sometimes it's for your benefit. Sometimes it's you get rid of a kid that doesn't fit what you need. So I think it goes both ways. I'm glad to see it happen. You ain't got to fight it, and you roll with it.
There you go. Coach Burham, if you'd hand the Coach Goff the mic, we're just going to go right down the line, and you guys just want to tell the folks, come on out, give you a little support, what you're looking forward to this year. You got Dixon County tomorrow night?
Yep, Dixon County tomorrow night. So we look forward to seeing you all coming out and supporting the Lions this year. We've worked hard this offseason. A lot of guys have grew tremendously in the weight room and on the field as far as skill-wise and getting faster and preparing. This year we're going into the season with 5 seniors, and I tell everybody, I feel more comfortable this year than I ever felt based off the younger guys that we got, our sophomore and junior class. We loaded as far as talent. And those 5 seniors, they're gonna be great leaders for us. But I'm not nervous or scared going into this season, because I've seen those guys be successful every step of the way, from junior league to middle school ball with Coach Dickinson, and now they're getting the opportunity on the high school level to showcase what they can do. So I'm very excited, and we had a great group of young men who does well for us and behaves well for us on the field, as well as in the school building, as far as not being a bad example for other students, and try to get everything to the point where they need to do as far as academics as well. So it's a great group of young men, and they're very exciting to be around and very exciting to watch play. And I promise you, you won't not like what you see from these guys. Like I said, they're gonna give you everything they got. They play hard and they want to be coached hard, and that's the main thing for me as a guy who wants to be coached hard. Because sometimes I can be a hard coach I demand a lot out of my guys. So sometimes we might bump heads, but I want a guy who wants to be coached hard. That's how I was coached growing up. If I slacked off, they let me know that I did wrong, and they helped me to grow to the level that I was able to take my game to, and that's what I try to instill in our guys as well. And like Coach said earlier, it's the same thing as far as life. Coach Watson Brown used to tell me all the time, football is the perfect practice for life. Because once you get out of school, you never know, your parent might get sick, kid might get sick, bills might get behind. But in football, you got to show up every day and be steady. And it's the same with life. If you lack and fall off somewhere, then your family suffers because of that. So you got to learn how to be steady and a constant for those people in your life. And that's the biggest lesson that football taught me growing up. And it's the same thing that I try to give to our guys and instill in them. So like I said, I appreciate you all for coming out, because I know y'all going to come out and watch these guys this year. So I appreciate you all for your support.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Brown?
You come to Battle Creek, you're going to see a bunch of kids that get after it. They're going to find a way to do everything they can to win. And we'll let our chips fall they may. Our kids, from day one since we got here, we challenged them, we pushed them, and they found a way to answer the bell. So this year, last year we laid the foundation, and this year we kind of get to build upon that foundation. And I challenge the kids at the end of the year to be better than when we started it. If you come out, you're going to see that. They're going to show up every Friday. We're going to reset every week, and we're going to get after it. I think that Battle Creek, the community in general, is a great place to be. It takes a village to raise kids these days, and our parents in that community has showed up and showed out, from helping getting things situated, from media day to getting sponsorship and stuff organization, to making sure our kids get rides to practice, to even feeding our kids. So if you want to see something great and be a part of something from the ground up, come check out Battle Creek, and I look forward to you coming out.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Anderson?
Yeah, first, thanks for allowing us to come here and kind of showcase our programs a little bit. If you come to Columbia Academy here on a Friday night, hopefully you see the idea of family. One of the things we talk about as a team is the acronym of family. Forget about me, I love you. And that's what we kind of try to embody, is this idea of, being a family and loving each other, and kind of like Coach was hitting on, love's not always easy. Love is not a feeling, it's a decision. I'm going to love you through the ups and downs, and I'm going to be right there with you. And I think that's so important for these young guys to feel that brotherhood, that closeness with their teammates, with their coaches, because it's not easy. And when you come to CA and feel that family atmosphere, it kind of bleeds over, and I want everybody to be involved with it. I want everybody to feel comfortable coming and enjoying that and taking part of it and being a part of the Columbia Academy family. So hope to see y'all out, and thanks again for having us.
Absolutely. Appreciate being able to be here, talk about these guys. I really just would love for y'all to check out Spring Hill. We have 16 seniors, 26 juniors. We're older than we've been. We're stronger than we've been. We're faster, more confident. We got more experience than we've had coming into the season. The guys, they're passionate. They really, really enjoy being around each other, competing. They want to win, and I think that they believe they can, and that's important. Going into the game with tons of confidence, and so we just every day we keep chipping away. And so tomorrow night, home game against Summit, it is finally showtime. And so we encourage y'all to come out if you have the opportunity. Come check out Spring Hill football. It is we've had a program for a while, but it feels new. I think if you see our kids, talk to our kids, you can see it in their eyes. You can their energy. They are excited for the potential of this season. We have to go out and do it and have success. Prove that we can be the kind of football team we've worked so hard to become this season. But I think we're itching, we're scratching, we're knocking at that door to do something pretty special. It hasn't been done at Spring Hill in a while, and so I look forward to that opportunity starting tomorrow night. And so just come check them out and see a really hard-working group who is looking forward to doing something. I use the word desperation with the team, where we know what the record has been for the last few years, and we are excited to do something about it. We're by no means panicked about it at all, but we are looking forward to the opportunity to play whatever team is in front of us, whoever we go to. But we are excited for that new turf, first game being on a home field, and playing a team in Summit we're very familiar with.
Great, Coach. Coach Hartsfield, what's going on this year? What are you looking forward to?
I mean, we're excited. We have high expectations for ourselves. We got a tough district. We want an opportunity to host a playoff game. You got to get first or second place to do that. We want to be there in the end, competing for that region championship at the end of the year. And I just think, Mount Pleasant's a special place. If you've ever been there on a Friday night, it's just it's just like the perfect movie, small town feeling, and everybody there, is excited and ready to go, and there's kids running around everywhere. And, we just want to field a team that plays with relentless effort. It's that simple. We want to go out and play as hard as we can. We want to kind of build the reputation, that if you play Mount Pleasant, you're going to know it. Whether we win or lose, we want people to know they've been in a fight when the game's over. And that's kind of, what I try to get the kids to do is just play with that type of effort. And if people are going to know, you ain't going to win every game, but if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to kill me type mentality. And that's just is what it is. But I'm excited, thankful for you guys for having us. Thank you, Jill, for all the reminders that we all need, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach. Coach Harry Sindler, Zion Academy.
Yeah,
It's going to be a year this year. I'm telling you, you know it as well as I do.
Yeah,
getting back in this 11-on-11, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a little different this year, but for us, we're kind of like the new kids on the block, even though we've been around for a while.
I remember that group.
Yeah. But it all starts with the athletic director, because he's the ones that's making the commitment to football right now. And we got together, made a plan. We're jumping right back in the deep end of the pool. We're not going to slow walk this thing. We're just going to go head first, fast as we can with the whole thing. So, but just keep in mind that even though we're kind of hitting the reset button, we got some athletes out there, and they're working really, really hard. And I look down, I'm a little bit older than most of the guys up here and stuff, and we're actually like teaching these guys old school football. We're playing old school 80s football. That's what we're trying to bring back a little bit. So just, keep us in the corner, but don't forget about us, because I think we're really ready to make a big jump. So.
Okay. All right. Hey, folks, these are some of the finest leaders of young men and women in Maury County, in this region of the country. I think they all deserve a big hand today. Thank you. And one other thing that you might take with you when you go home and say, what went on at Rotary today? What was the program about? Say, we had the coaches up here today, and make plans to go support these teams. Make a plan to go to a Friday night game. I promise you, it'll be a positive experience for you, your family members, whoever you go with, whoever you expose to these beautiful new fields, these programs. These guys have been working so hard all summer. And on behalf of WKRM, fellas, thank you. Best of luck this year. And thank you all for listening.
Thank you for coming. It's an NFL football. And don't forget us.
Thank you.
Come have lunch with us sometime. Where are you from, Josh? Where? Lewisburg?
And folks, these are cool footballs. Do I get one? All right. I'd like to remind you all, we have at WKOM 101.7, WKRM 103.7. We're streaming all of these football games. If you want to get some advertising, talk to Tiffany in the back, young lady at the green next to Chris Pointer, or Coach James Dickinson. It's a great investment. These streams are seen thousands of times on YouTube and Twitch, Twitter, Facebook. So invest. Thank you.